I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Okay, then we're going to move on. Football is back. Fuck. We've done alright to draw the show out so far, but we've actually got something genuine and current to talk about. Yes, Liverpool travelling to Villa Park on Sunday to face Aston Villa, naturally. It's not like an FA Cup semi-final in the 90s. Chris, so yes, the long wait for Premier League football, which feels like a fucking eternity, is over. But we're in a weird position now. We haven't lost the Southampton game. I'm dying to get back to watching the Reds again, but because of that knock before the international break, that you don't have that fucking come on.
The wind out of our sails big time, hasn't it?
Precisely. Yeah.
No, it's. I think we should just be thankful that we've sort of got Aston Villa to ease ourselves back into it. To be honest.
Why? Why?
Just because I like seeing your face when I taste you like that, to be honest with you.
Are you on crack?
No, not today.
No, I'm on a bit of a come down, but I'm alright.
I do love seeing your face when I say shit like that.
If you plan to put a bet on the match for a positive scoreline for Liverpool, cancel that. Chris has basically just ruined it for us. I'm gonna move on, Mike. Yeah, I mean, as Chris says there rightly, the wind's been taken out of our sails a bit. I think if we'd managed to beat Southampton, you'd be chomping at the bit to get back into watching the game. You'd be thinking, great, let's see this run carry on. Now you're sort of thinking, shit, we're coming up against it. You don't actually know how it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always wary after an international break because you just never quite know the mindset that all the players are going to come back with, the respective results that they've had, the distances they've got to travel, all that type of thing. But I'm also quietly confident because I think there will be a reaction because the Southampton game was so disappointing. And prior to that, we put together a string of quite convincing results, and also we owed them one as well.
Yeah,
because the match at Anfield earlier this year, from memory, I'd had a few bevies before the game, but from memory, I don't remember us actually playing that badly.
Really?
I think they had 2 chances and they scored both goals. Benteke had a blinder. That back heel for the other fella's goal was great. So I know. That we didn't play badly that day. I feel like we owed them one. They got a result there at Anfield that I don't think they deserve. So hopefully we can pull it through.
There's a big question, isn't there, Kristian? Is that the big question over Brendan Rodgers' side so far this season is how we handle physical centre forwards, and there's been nothing to suggest that since Kristian Benteke basically dry pumped us before Kimbo, or was it before Kimbo? That we've learned how to sort of deal with that. I mean, do you fear that we've got the sort of the same potential pitfalls still exist as the Anfield game, or not?
I mean, well, Carragher's in the scale if the injury is cleared up, so that might help slightly, but pretty much no. So someone made a really interesting point about the fact that Liverpool don't have a physical presence up front, and therefore during training sessions, was it you?
It was me.
There we go. There we go.
Cool. Set him off for that one.
I know, yeah. Thank you very much. Good to know it's stuck in the memory, the topic, if not where it came from.
We do have one, but he's just not at Liverpool at the moment. Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, Michael and Gail, I'm doing well at
But that's what there's no sort of. I mean, I think
Colin Pascoe basically thrown himself into the shorts.
I don't know whether I fully agree with that, to be honest with you, because they've all played against big strikers for fucking years. They've all played in teams. You don't need to have it every single day to remember how to play against someone.
Oh no, but when you're running drills, defensive drills, it would help to be able to practice against someone who's dominant.
It would help us defensively if we practiced.
Defending.
Yeah, that's probably a good start because I don't think we fucking do.
No,
not at all.
All 5-a-side games.
I think the worry about the strength in the middle sort of stems from the midfield, and then sort of comes back to the defence. You got Gerrard hasn't got the most energy in the world. He's not the most energetic anymore. Lucas is sort of half fit. He's teetering on. He's certainly not the player that he was in 2011.
He's not right.
If you've got Henderson in there, he's got that energy and he helps. But if not, especially if you've not got anyone else in there, I doubt he'll go 4-2-4 again like he did against Southampton. But there's no shield there. There's no shield,
they're much more exposed than they have been. I think in previous seasons.
Definitely. And I don't know if it's a strength thing or if it's just more of a directness. If people, regardless of shape or size, run at them, is there a plan to stop them? I don't know, but it certainly is a worry that since the Benteke did what he did to Liverpool in December, that Oldham's been and gone and nothing really.
The fella Lukaku as well.
Lukaku did it at Anfield. Giroud scored for Arsenal. It's sort of it is a slight worry that nothing's been learned and it might happen again.
So yes, in short, fear Kristian Benteke. Just a quick Dangerman focus on him. He made 25 starts this season, 2 from the bench, scored 13 goals, got 4 assists, created 38 chances, shooting accuracy 56%, chance conversion of 23 and a clear-cut chance conversion of 53. Pretty fucking decent.
Brilliant.
Decent start. Like, I actually went back and watched Match Today from a couple of weeks ago just to watch the QPR game, the last game they played, and really quiet game by all accounts, and it was like the last sort of 15-20 minutes he came to life, and he's got that ability. It's like it's a bit of an easy comparison, but what Drogba had, what even he's just a powerhouse, and if he wants to run at you, he's going to cause any centre half problems, and so that's always going to be a worry for us, isn't it, mate?
Definitely, especially the way we're playing as well. We're talking about being exposed centrally as well, but our fullbacks are so far up the pitch now that actually Skirtle and Agger playing space a hell of a lot more than they've probably been used to. And a couple of years ago under Benitez, they probably played with 10 yards between them, and that was it. And then another 2 defenders either side of them as a unit with a defensive unit in front of them. Now there's just the fucking 2 of them with 30 yards.
Skirtle's looking round all at sea. Where has everybody gone?
They used to be
like my birthday party all over again.
So that's exactly, you take that through, and think that they used to have, Mascherano and Lucas at one point in front of it, which is a defender, you must be thinking, So then you move from that world to the point where, you've got Roy Hodgson tying them up with rope, so they're that close to one another, that there's literally some kind of bondage session that they can't get away from one another. Then you move through to the Dalglish era, which, was a bit more naive tactically, but you had, Steve Clarke, who was say what you want, but tell you what, he was a clued up fella defensively. I was really impressed with what he did. And now we've got Rodgers, who I think is tactically naive. I think he's got some sort of noble aims in how he wants to see the game played, but in terms of balance in his first team, and that was the thing that Rafa's best teams had.
Isn't it, unfortunately?
Yeah, it is. Rafa's best teams had a great balance to them in defence and attack. I think Rodgers isn't without merit, but I think defensively it's a shit show.
Well, we've had this argument that I think at this point of the season he's basically just going, fuck it, let's just outscore everyone and hope for the best, and I actually don't mind that at all.
I think next season we'll see him work on the defensive side of Liverpool a lot more.
Let's face it, he's basically been playing whack-a-mole from the moment he come in. So here's the attack, bang, there's the defence, bang. Now we need to sort the midfield, the attack's gone bad again. It's sort of, every time he thinks he's not one.
Have you just taken the Benitez short blanket thing to its next natural step? Like
no whack-a-mole. Brendan Rodgers whack-a-mole.
Excellent. Fully agree on that. Just quickly, trivia question for the week, not to play along at home, not in the studio because you've got the answers on the sheet. Which Liverpool player has the most goals against Aston Villa? Answer to the question at the end of this show. Okay. Quick question then. What the fuck has happened to Aston Villa? I mean, we've sort of looked at our slide over the last few years. We've had our problems. I mean, talk about how a guide on how not to do it. Basically, I mean, Kristian, you're obviously a lot more clued up on football in general than us. Allegedly. So we're told. Fucking hell, mistake after mistake. They sold all the best players. O'Neill walked, basically. they decide. I was there the last game of the season at Villa when we played in Villa Park, down and scored. And they spent the whole game basically singing about Birmingham getting relegated. And then what happens?
And then they got his manager.
They get the fucking manager, like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just it's been a catalogue of fucking errors. But do you think under Lambert he's gonna get it right, or are they gonna go down?
It's hard. It's. I mean, they've spent quite a lot of money, you know. Comparatively, I think they got the 6th highest spend
quite
in the league.
Yeah, but that's just on Darren Bent.
But when you look at this season, and when you look at what he signed like a true central midfielder. He signed a couple of fullbacks from Sheffield United, you know, and you're looking at it, you go, and you want him to succeed. Lambert's a weird one, really. He's I don't think he's very well liked by the local press, and he's quite arsey with them.
He's dour, isn't he? I don't think he's very
he doesn't give them
yeah.
much. Yeah, he doesn't give them much. But he's clearly a decent manager. He's done well at Norwich. I just think he tried to do too much too soon.
Yeah.
You know, they bombed out the £24 million striker or whatever he cost. I'm not sure what it cost, but he's bombed them out. He's basically tried to do what Rodgers is trying to do, but on a much grander scale, with a lot less room to manoeuvre and a lot less
more
room for
youth
failure.
and less experience.
Yeah, it's incredible. You look at the team and you don't recognise half of the players. That's genuine. Like, sort of like where they come from.
You look at their side, and until you get to the forward line, I genuinely no fucking idea.
Well, Ashley Westbrook come from Crewe. You've got Lowton, who was a Sheffield United lad. He's just spent quite big on unknowns, inexperienced unknowns. Benteke was a gamble, but he's done well. They got Weimann, who's a young Austrian lad. It's just.
You got a bit of impressed by the way.
Yeah, he's got a bit of the counter about him for me. But it's one of those.
That sounds like some sort of STD, doesn't it? Like, yeah, it's got a bad case of the count.
You start growing shaggy blonde hair. The scoring tap-ins on his shins. No, but you know, it's they're facing a really turbulent storm. If they get through it, they might be in a decent position in the next few years. But if they don't, they might be in a lot of trouble. They're genuinely seesawing, and whichever way they fall, it's got to be a very worrying time, because they've got a big stadium.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a big wage bill that they're still trying to cut down. The owner doesn't. I know he invests, but he doesn't really seem. Well, he's never there, is he? Probably can locate Birmingham on a map.
He's not involved, is he?
Yeah, so it's worrying for them.
It's interesting because, you know, like, obviously Lambert had more sort of latitude than that at Norwich. And if you speak to Norwich fans, they love him. You know, they really, and they rate what he did there, you know, very highly in terms of, you know, his tactical acumen and his approach to the game. And I think his time in Germany, like, gave him a bit of a different view, didn't it, of the game?
I like him. I from what I've seen a little bit of Villa. The way they started against Man City a couple of weeks ago, they started like a house on fire, and they showed what the great thing about having such a young side is. They were really fast, attacking, fearless and stuff. And there's loads of potential there, as you're saying. If he keeps them upright and they keep him in a job, they might be a decent side next season. But
people keep talking about all the potential, but you've got to win some games, lads.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Like,
otherwise, all that potential should just be in the Championship.
Well, just wig it out there if they don't start winning game. That's all well and good. It's all well and good what Martinez is doing, trying to play a good style of football on a budget. But ultimately, you know, you're going to be languishing at the bottom of the table every season if you don't turn it around. Anyway, we're going to move on quickly. We've desperately run out of time. Kristian, who do you think's going to start? How are we going to line up?
I think it'll be. Reina in goal, I imagine he's back. I think it'll be Enrique, Carragher, Johnson, and then providing he doesn't play Wisdom in central midfield.
He's seventh choice, Kristian. Come on, I know we're thin on the ground.
It's got to be Lucas Gerrard Henderson.
Yeah,
it has to be Lucas Gerrard Henderson, and then Downing against his former club. Coutinho and Suarez. I'd maybe take Sturridge out of the firing line for it. He's been on international duty. Still, I think, recovering from his injury. I don't think he's fully hit the ground since coming back.
Yeah.
Just take him out for
Bring
a
him
little bit.
on for half an hour.
Possibly, you know, I mean, their defence can be got at. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, they've got Ron Vlaar and no one else.
Well, surely the point of finally having attacking options is it allows you to have things off the bench. Whereas the problem we had against Southampton was we started with our best attack and had nowhere to go. From there. You're going to bring 16-year-olds on. Great. We tried that at the start of the season. That went amazingly. Right, okay then. Let us know your starting 11s, please, in the comment section underneath. Score predictions then, please. Chris Page, I'm going to start with you.
2-1 to us.
Okay, Mike.
I'm going to go with that. 2-1.
Okay, Kristian.
1-0 Villa, Benteke.
He's such a twat. He does every single time. You come here like you're with your realistic scores.
Am I ever wrong?
Yes! Go back. I can't be asked. Go back through the archive. I want to know how right you've been over the years.
We're not interested in realistic scores.
I don't think I've ever said that Liverpool are going to lose, ever.
No, but we've managed to
I've
draw.
gone for a draw twice, I think that's it, like, in 3 years.
I think we're going to win 3-0.
I think we'll win, but they'll score. So, yeah, 2-1 I think is a good shout.
5-0 Henderson with all 7.
It's more like it. You can come back now.
There we go.
Fucking ridiculous. Let us know your score predictions as well, please. If you're watching this on the subscriber show, tweet me at the Redmen TV. If you're watching this bit on YouTube, then leave it in the comment section underneath. And also, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Answer to the trivia question: did you get it right? Which Liverpool player has the most goals against Aston Villa? Anyone's not read the sheet when I was at a guess?
I don't think you put the answer on there anyway.
I
did, yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'll go for Fowler.
Yeah, correct. As they've
Got black that, wasn't
Robert.
I almost believed it, but I saw it looking at the sheet earlier.
I can't see the answer.
Robert Bernard Fowler, 14 goals in 16 appearances.
Bottom.
It was.
I was on the wrong sheet. No,
Who scored the next most?
He's on the sheet.
Steven Gerrard, correct. He scored 11 in 22, so let's hope he's playing. Yes, thanks very much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, see you later. If you're watching on the subscribe show, tune in for part 2. Pictures of the week and answer some of your questions in Ask the Redmen. And ahead of its Monday release on YouTube, the next quickfire round should be interesting. Thanks very much for watching, and ta-ra.